You don't know Japanese society, you don't know how to communicate each other in Japanese, you don't know what is a native way to communicate. So then, what should you do today? Try imagine when you were a child, how did you learn your mother language? How? We never learned Japanese grammar in our entire life. Grammar? Just Hi, this is Terumi. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I'm gonna explain you should stop learning grammar if you really want to be able to speak Japanese like native. Not like a robot, not like a textbook. Like, do you remember when somebody learned English for the first time with a textbook, like Japanese, like us? How we learn is, do you like tennis? Yes, I do. Hello, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. So if you don't want to speak Japanese like this, like this weird textbook Japanese, grammar is perfect, yes? Pronunciation is okay, but it's like funny, it's strange, it's not natural, right? So you can actually speak Japanese like textbook or unnatural. It's just easy because you just follow the textbook. But when you actually start speaking Japanese with a native, first of all, I don't understand what the native people actually speak. It's very more different from the textbook. I don't understand what they're talking. And also, if you try to speak, people actually start laughing. Ha 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 ha. Is it like this is a lawyer family style? Or this is too rude or something? How can I speak Japanese like natural? The textbook was telling me like this way and people actually laugh at me. Yeah, I totally understand. Naturally, you can really speak like native or you actually speak robot is totally different. Is speak like perfectly or speak actually like native also different. So if you really want to speak Japanese like native, today you should actually this textbook throw it away and also you actually stop learning grammar and you can start enjoying learning and communicating with the native Japanese people and easy exercises you can do every day. So, grammar learning, first of all, it's really boring, right? Like really boring. Like who actually say, I love learning grammar. I'm so excited to learn grammar. Who actually say like this? It's everybody hate it. To be honest, I hate to learning grammar. I hate to learn vocabulary book. I learn like a bunch of random words like helmet, flower, weather, sunny, and bank, post office. And okay, let's try to speak something. What should I say? What did I learn yesterday? Learning vocabulary, boring, and also learning grammar. I don't understand what I need to do. Form, past tense, future tense, progressive, like negative and whatever. It's so boring, right? And you feel like, I need to study like 10 hours every day. Japanese language is one of the most difficult languages. 500,000 words, 50,000 letters, aiueo, katakana, hiragana, and even but the hiragana, katakana, if you just know 100, you cannot do anything because you just open a newspaper, it's like 2,000 kanji. It's useless if you know even hiragana, katakana. You cannot do anything. You just don't need to actually watch some children textbook, right? What you want to do is like a normal life. You just want to live as an adult, 30 years old, 40 years old, 50 years old, 60 years, whatever. As an adult, you just want to live in Japan as a normal adult, right? You just don't need to read like children, like elementary school, So then, what should you do today? I'm gonna actually explain exactly what you should do step by step. Also, you should start learning grammar from today. So, first of all, grammar. Is it really necessary to learn? Who said that you can't speak Japanese or you can't speak any language if you don't know grammar? Who said that? Who? Try imagine when you are a child, maybe you are English native speaker. And when you are a child, how did you learn your mother language? How? You learn with a grammar textbook who actually told you to learn grammar when you were a child, to learn your mother language. And definitely you didn't learn. You never even look at the English grammar textbook when you are a child, right? Then how you can explain to, let's say, the Japanese who really want to learn how to speak English like you, and why this Japanese person should learn English grammar, otherwise they cannot speak English. So exactly same to you. Native Japanese person cannot explain Japanese grammar 100%, because we never learn Japanese grammar in our entire life. Never. Only foreigner are learning Japanese grammar, which is really ridiculous because it's native people don't know what is native Japanese grammar, and only foreigner are learning Japanese grammar. And then most of grammar lover said, because we are foreigner, we don't know how to speak, we need to learn grammar. It really doesn't make sense. Really? Are you sure? Because children is the fastest learner, right? Children can learn any language. It's not because of the brain is sponge or something. They're just a really efficient learner. They actually can learn speaking and listening before writing and reading, which is they don't know what is a spelling, they don't know what is hiragana kanji, but they know how to speak. Amazing, right? Because 24 hours they are focusing on ear and mouth, which is we human can learn any language only by oral memory, which is only sound and mouth. But it's most of adults are focusing on like grammar or like textbook letters, which is most of grammar are start learning from letters. Even this person don't know how to speak. Even this person don't know what is a native pronunciation. They start from spelling. Can you understand? Like a baby, it doesn't know how to speak, but they actually start holding pen. Oh yeah, like they can actually write down how they can learn language. Japanese, we have 2,000 letters. This is only basic, right? If you really want to learn everything, we have 50,000 letters. Plus vocabulary. And plus grammar. Do you really think this is logical to really manage everything perfectly, and then the conversation is you really need to answer in 1 second? Hey, how's it going? I'm good. I'm going well. And what did you do yesterday? Oh yeah, I was going there. I was playing with my friends. I was drinking with my friend. You actually really need to answer like this. Tak, 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 tak. And then how you can stop forgetting words and make perfect sentence with a make actually grammar tense. How? Can you really explain like logically, like how you really do it? And then on the other hand, the children, you could try to ask the old children, do you know what is grammar? How you can actually stop forgetting words? How you can really manage all tense? Mommy, I don't know what is grammar. What is this? That's why I'm telling you. Grammar is existed. Yes, the grammar exists. But doesn't mean the human need to learn grammar. Otherwise, they cannot speak anything. It's not true. You can't really prove it. Try to think. What is grammar? Grammar is like programming. Like program. It's a system of the language. When I learn English, when I learn Greek, when I learn German, yes, I can see the grammar. It doesn't mean I should know. Because when I am speaking other language, I just don't have time to think about grammar. Even Japanese, I don't have time to think about grammar. But why I can speak any language, Japanese especially because this is mother language. Why I don't make mistake? Because it's so many repetition. It's like a lyrics. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Like it's like a song. It's come into my mind. It's just naturally. And there's no way I can make mistake or I can actually change the songs, which is you are making mistake in grammar, which means you are actually making own sentence, which is doesn't really exist in Japan. Let's say like I am living in Tokyo is 東京に住んでいます。東京に住んでいます。But if you don't know how to say this phrase in Japanese, which means you just don't know how to say I'm living in Tokyo. It's not about grammar knowledge. It's like so normal to say I'm living in Tokyo in English. And what is it behind? Because you don't know grammar or because you just don't know how to speak. I'm living in Tokyo. It's just so easy to say in English, right? Because it's not because you're thinking about grammar. You just know it from so many times you used it. So which is like really you just memorize these common lyrics. So that I say how you can speak any language fluently is just about the repetition. It sounds like native. It's you can naturally recognize this is my song. This is the true song. This is a correct song and this is the correct lyrics. There is no way I can change, So the grammar is, as I said, it's programming. It's like a composer. You have a skill to even make the own music. But is it necessary? Do you want to make the own Japanese phrase that is something is far away from native sound? I can give you the one example. I want to actually meet Japanese friends on Facebook. There is two ways. One, you become a computer programming grammar. You actually can understand the computer system and then you actually create Facebook by yourself and you finally meet Japanese person through Facebook. It's like this. You built own system and you actually finally want to meet Japanese person through Facebook. Or you just download the existed application which is called Facebook and you actually download the Facebook, you just use it and you actually meet a Japanese person through Facebook, which is you just need to know how to use Facebook. No, you don't need to build Facebook, right? The grammar is programming, as I said. The grammar is you can build your own sentence. It's like even not like a native sound. You can build own. Gaijin, if your name is John, your own John Japanese sentence like konnichiwa. Tokyo de or Tokyo ni or Tokyo wo sundeimasu, which is like own Japanese, gaijin phrase. But it sounds like, okay, its grammar is maybe correct, but it sounds really far away from native sound. But then, as I said, download the native phrase, right? So which means you don't need to build your own Japanese phrase. You just need to download the native phrase from your friends, Japanese friends. Usually if the children usually they learn from their parents, which is they don't build their own phrase. They just imitate what the native actual parents say, and that's it. They actually copy, which is download. They're not creating new phrases. They are actually copying, imitating the native actual people, nothing else. They're not building up something new, amazing phrase from grammar. Like they're not composer. They are just a user, which is imitating and copying the same thing. That's why all society speaks the same way almost, right? Only the gaijin is speaking a different way because they are learning grammar. They're building up something totally far away from native phrases. That's why I say stop learning grammar. You're gonna speak totally funny way in Japanese, this is not native way. You actually, so many people actually believe if I learn grammar, I can build the phrase. But hey, you don't know Japanese society. You don't know how to communicate each other in Japanese. You don't know what is a native way to communicate. Don't build your Japanese own phrase with mixed up with different culture. You really want to speak like a native Japanese way, like which is natural, which is really cool because you sounds like a native. Then stop learning grammar. Just try to learn from native people and try to exactly copy the native pronunciation with a native tone and perfect phrases. So you don't need to think about grammar. You don't need grammar knowledge because try to think. Oh, the children never say, oh, I don't know, mommy, Japanese grammar. Oh, what is a particle? What is a tense? What is a past tense? No one said that because they're just imitating how the native people speak, how the parents speak. So when I realized these things, when I learned English, when I learned Greek, when I learned German, that's so easy to learn any language because I don't need to think about grammar. Grammar was so boring, Well, I just need like computer programming, like how to change the tense and then what is a single plural and everything. It was super boring. And I could never feel like I can speak like a native. I just felt like keep constantly just making mistake. It's a funny mistake. And it's like I feel so stupid because I can't even speak so simple things because I need to think about grammar. And when I realized, oh, I just need to copy the phrase and I just need to sing like lyrics, which is I just need to learn the phrases and I just need to more care about pronunciation and timing. What is a nice answer? What is a nice question? What is a nice way to holding the conversation? Then it was so easy. I never, thought about grammar. And don't really think about grammar. And all the people actually learning the grammar is everybody actually cannot speak the even simple things. It's so funny. It was delusion, right? Like grammar, you thought that if I know grammar, I can make the sentence. But it was delusion. You should not make your own funny sentence. It's better you copy the native phrases. So this is actually how children learn. And this is the reason they never make mistake in grammar and they never thought about grammar. But then they actually really can speak native Japanese. Alright, so today is the day that you're gonna stop learning grammar. You just throw this grammar textbook to the trash box. It's gonna only give the unnecessary time with the unnecessary frustration and you feel like you are making mistake constantly in grammar. So just it and you're gonna actually learn more quickly. Just 10 minutes. You exercise with nice pronunciation and you actually more care about tone and also you care about the conversation flow. Oh, if I meet this person today, what should I say? Oh, I can talk about this. I can actually ask something about this. Oh, this is communication start happening. My pronunciation is everything sounds like more native. So people gonna take you more serious. Wow, you can speak like native, not like funny robot Japanese. Easy. So thank you so much for watching my YouTube channel. And today you're gonna actually start learning much faster and you can just more relax. And then bye grammar. Hi, are you American who live in Japan? So when you start to live in Japan, you're very excited to live in Japan. Learning Japanese, making Japanese friends, join the local community. Then you actually start hiragana, katakana, kanji, several grammar, and flashcard vocabulary. But in the end, you feel like, wow, Japanese language is very difficult. And you start becoming self-conscious about your potential, your age, time, how can I memorize, how can I stop forgetting words. So many people actually giving up after learning hiragana, katakana, a little bit of grammar. So the problem is because the book cannot teach you how to speak. So you cannot learn how to hold the conversation, how to actually speak like a native. So in our consultation, you can definitely learn what is a learning structure to finally start speaking as soon as possible. Like children, they don't know what is grammar, they can start speaking so quickly. So join our consultation.